Oksana Angel is an exceptional singer-songwriter recognised for her angelic voice, heartfelt lyrics and captivating performances. And she's on the line with us here to talk about her new song, Unconditional Love. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. So, what's the inspiration behind both the song, Unconditional Love, and the album as well?
The inspiration is basically my inner spiritual world. I've been writing and singing all my life. And this song was written a while back. At the time, I was searching for Hollywood producers to arrange and mix and record this song with me. So that took a while. You know, Hollywood is it's a very interesting place.
Yeah.
But miraculously, one day I actually found a team that presented me the arrangements that aligned with my vision, and that was a miracle by itself because it was very important to me to portray with my melodies and with the arrangement itself what I see inside. So when you hear this song, I am hoping that you would envision what I have in mind, a world that is magical, ambient, celestial, where unconditional love is all around. And this is what I'm trying to depict and deliver with my song, Unconditional Love. And actually, the album is also titled Unconditional Love. So it all started with the first song. And like I said, it was very important to find the right team behind this musical project, because melodically it transforms you into the magical world. So for all the fans of Sade, Evanescence, Sarah Brightman, Enya, Enigma, I think they would find it interesting and soothing and also very magical. It does have a different twist from the artist that I mentioned, in that it's more pop than ambient, but definitely it has that soulful vibe, and melodically and lyrically it feels like a fairy tale. For the fans of this genre, I present Unconditional Love, the song and the album. The album itself has 10 songs. It's available everywhere. You can listen to music. iTunes, Amazon Music, Rhapsody, Spotify, pretty much every major platform has the song and the album. The music video is still in production, but I encourage everyone to follow me on social media so that when it comes out, I will announce. My official website is oksanaangel.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Oksana Angel Official. I post frequently all the news releases, pretty much everything, backstage content, all the facts about the song, the album, and what else is going on in my creative life. Because apart from music, I also write books. And I recently started making a movie, which is a very big undertaking, honestly. And I've been working on it for a long time. And how the movie started, it is called Saga of Love. It was kind of a continuation of what I started with my music. And the beginning of it was the song Unconditional Love, actually, which we're going to hear today, I'm hoping.
Of course.
So it was pretty much very simple like this. We started recording the song, and I'm a very creative person. I have a very wild imagination. So as we were recording this song, I already see images in my mind how the music video should look like. And so then it became a big story. It was a story of love between two people, actually two souls in the kingdom of angels, the celestial magical world that I'm trying to portray. And when they incarnate to be born on earth, they live every lifetime. I believe in reincarnation. So I tell the story how they go from one lifetime through another, looking for each other. And unfortunately, obstacles are on the way. They cannot be together for one thing or another. So they keep searching for each other lifetime after lifetime. And with that, there is also different mystical legends going on about the ring that is shared in the family and all that kind of stuff. So it became too huge for a music video, and I had to turn it into a bigger story. And by the time I finished writing that story, it was a 120-page book, which everyone said you should make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
So that's how the movie came about. And basically, right now I'm filming clips from that movie, and the clips are actually the musical videos for each song. And like I said, they're all connected. Each song tells a different scene from that movie. But all in all, it's about unconditional love, about the pure love that one holds for another.
Yeah.
And with my music and with my songs, and actually all my art, the spiritual book I've written and the movie itself, it's a call for compassion, for love for one another, and just, believing in the world unseen. What we see is not everything that there is. And this is the call for that understanding of our metaphysical nature, of the higher force that is guiding us, protecting us, and giving us all that we need.
Yeah.
And with my project, I'm hoping to stir imagination of people and also to make them more compassionate to each other. I think unconditional love heals all wounds, and it also unites all people. And if we share that unconditional love for each other, there will be no place for any negative emotions, and we would coexist peacefully on this planet.
Now, of course, you are a singer, songwriter, an author, and filmmaker. Do those different jobs, if you like, or creative outlets influence each other in any way?
I think they do. I am still evolving as a singer, songwriter, and as a writer. I think the creative process and the betterment of your craft is never ending. I don't think there is a point where you say, okay, that's enough. I'm perfect. So, yes, I'm evolving my craft, and all of these things, they kind of feed off of each other. Like I said, the songs, all of the songs I create are in the movie, and they portray a specific scene from that movie, or they tell a story that is kind of codependent on other songs. But why talk about it? Let's listen to something.
Just to go back to the album overall, it's been praised for its mesmerizing arrangements. So what was the creative process behind the musical arrangements for each song?
Well, luckily for me, the Hollywood producers, the team that I found, stayed with me for a long time, and we were able to record 20 plus songs. 10 of them are on the album Unconditional Love, and the rest of them are on my second album, which is called Formula of Love. And you will hear that the arrangements are very similar, and I like that fact. I like that they sound in the same vibe, because that makes that experience of listening to the songs very unique. Whereas they use the same instruments, they use the same arrangement techniques, and that makes it flow very smoothly. And I like that sound. I like the vibe.
And your vocals are quite enchanting and captivating as well. So how do you manage to deliver such emotional depth and storytelling through your voice?
I think it comes from feeling the song, from telling the story with your voice and with your singing technique. And my music is very soothing and comforting. The melodies are also enchanting. So there isn't a lot of like vocal deliverance like you would hear in an opera or
Yeah.
I don't know, any other genre. My music is soft, so are my vocals. So this style of music is more soothing, more ambient, kind of like new age type of crossover style, I would say. So yeah, I mean, I do my best to deliver the emotions of the song, to tell the story, and I think it's just the natural sound of my voice that is beautiful. Like many Hollywood producers told me that it's the natural tone of the voice that's captivating. It's very soothing as well.
And you mentioned right at the start about your initial struggle to get a Hollywood producer on board. What was it about having a Hollywood producer that you felt you needed? Because I guess maybe most people, if they'd waited a while for one, would maybe just go somewhere else and get impatient.
Well, like I said, there are so many people. This place, like Hollywood, there are a multitude of studios and producers. The town is full of creative people.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to find the right person where they would depict what you're trying to say with the story. It's not about the instruments, because everyone pretty much has the software like the other producer. This is a very advanced city for recording. So every studio is packed with all imaginable software, and the producer skills are top of the line. I mean, if you want to record world-class album, this is the place to be. But the issue I was having, and maybe other artists as well, is to find a producer whose sonic vision matches your understanding and your vision of your story, of your song, of your sound. And like I said, it was a long journey, but it was worth waiting for, because now I can say that the product that I'm releasing matches the vision that I have.
Absolutely. You don't want to just pick the first person you get and then you end up with an album that isn't as good as it could be.
Yes, exactly. And I was fortunate to work with celebrity producers like Chris Johnson, who was one of the producers of the world famous group Evanescence.
Yeah.
I worked shortly with Richard Borsworth, who was one of the producers of Sarah Brightman.
Wow.
But my other producers contributed more to my project in that they actually did the arrangements. There was a producer who worked with Snoop Dogg, Bruno Mars, Chris Brown.
Wow.
His name was Kevin Irvin. Actually, he was the first one who found me on MySpace. There used to be a website called MySpace. It was very popular at the time. Yeah, I don't think anyone uses it today. But that's how we met. It was very random that he just sent me a message on MySpace, said, "Hey, I like your sound. I like your voice. Why don't you come over to the studio?" And initially it wasn't a very good personal match on the personal level, but I did like the way he arranged vocals. And we did record a few songs, which are somewhere on the web, I think. So that was that. And after that experience, again, miraculously, somehow, I almost gave up. But going through one studio to another, I wasn't finding the sound that I was looking for. And this one producer offered me a deal. He said, if you don't like the arrangement, you don't have to pay for it. I'm like, okay, well, it's a risk-free policy.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, because, by the time you find the right producer, you've already spent thousands of dollars, and all in all, you're not going to use any of that. So it was a very frustrating experience in the beginning, but that producer actually was so confident in his work.
Yeah.
He said he understands my music and he can create this type of music. And which was a little bit scary at the first sight, was that he never produced that music before. And I was like, oh my goodness, so what am I going to do? He says he can do it. He doesn't have anything similar to this genre, but he says he understands the sound. But
Yeah.
professional musicians and producers, they can produce music or songs in various genres. And maybe it's not something they've done in the past, but any professional, they actually understand how the song is composed, what instruments go into it, what are the elements of that song. So I trusted my gut feeling, and I let him do the arrangement. Especially, it was a risk-free policy, and I fell in love with that song. And
Yeah.
and after that, I told him, okay, go ahead and do the whole album.
Wow.
So that was the beginning of our work. I was also confident that he could manifest my vision as a masterpiece. And I am very proud of the work that we've done.
And because you only had to pay if you liked it, I mean, only a terrible person would do this. But were you ever tempted to just say you didn't like it, even if you did, and just get it for free?
No, I wouldn't have all the files, so there is no kidding about it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, as in this business, in this town, you would go. Every singer-songwriter would go through a phase, or maybe through producers that are not ethical. And I've done a fair share of experience like that myself. But you would stick to people who actually deliver what you want, what you envision, and who are honest about their arrangements and fees and everything. So it's also about a good working relationship. I think it's not just the right sound. So we did have a very good working relationship with this producer for almost a decade. Yeah, over a decade. Yeah, and we've written a lot of songs, which I am releasing one by one. But now, going into my third album, I'm going to be working with a different team that hopefully will give me a more sophisticated sound, something else that I'm looking for in my third album, which is going to be called Saga of Love, because it's designed for a movie. I'm looking for more epic sounds, and my original producer did a very good job on the title song, which I'm going to release sometime next year. But it actually differs from the rest of my work because it has stronger instrumentals. It sounds more epic, more cinematic, and other songs will match that vibe, I hope.
Yeah. Well, of course, you've got all these exciting albums coming up. Is there anything else that you're working on that you haven't mentioned?
No, this is pretty much it. And believe me, I'm very busy.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Making these things happen. I've written my first philosophical book, which is called Unconditional Love, The Universe Within You. And that book is going to have 2 more volumes. The second volume is going to be The Truth of the Universe. And the third volume is going to be called The Light of the Universe. And these books are designed for those audiences that are looking for spiritual answers about the universe, the laws of the universe, evolution of human beings, about our nature as divine beings. So for those audiences, I already released the book, the first one, Unconditional Love, The Universe Within You, where I explain that if we believe in our divine nature, if we're not our body, but we are actually consciousness that travels through space and time, and if we carry divine genetics, we share that divine nature with the source of it all, which is our creator or universe or whatever you want to call it. If you believe in the divine nature of yourself and the world that is seen, that means that we also possess divine qualities, not only in our consciousness, but in our body itself, the body that can heal itself, the body that can produce so many emotions that we want to experience. So basically, it can draw experiences into your life So yeah, it's an exploration of our divine nature, and also I try to ponder on philosophical topics and give my own opinions, my own answers, encouraging the reader to look for the answers within themselves. So it's not something that I teach or preach. It's basically a book where I share my beliefs. And if anyone finds it useful to investigate, please feel free. There is a free ebook on Amazon, which you can read, or you can also download the ebook absolutely free. And if you like to read a book in print, you can also order it on Amazon and a lot of websites like Google Reads, Barnes and Noble, and everywhere you read books, you can order my book there.
Excellent. And this song and album, Unconditional Love, I take it that's available in all these online music platforms these days.
Yes, absolutely. Everywhere you listen to music, search for Oksana Angel Unconditional Love, and most likely you will find it. It's released worldwide. So regardless where you are, whatever your local platform for music is, you should definitely find it there.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great having you here.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure, and I hope to talk to you soon again.